Hi, I wanted to give you a series of loosening exercises, warm-up exercises that you can follow simply and get into the feel of it and feel good at the end. Will probably take 20 or 25 minutes. And if there are any exercises you feel your body aches or you feel you don't want to go that far, just take it easy, go to your soft limit and listen to what your body says. So here we go, the feet planted. Just bouncing into the feet. I'm lifting the sternum, I'm lifting up the body, I'm lifting up the back of the neck. The body's quite tall. Letting my shoulders relax. And the first sequence of exercises we're going to do is just simply loosening. Can you see my wrists very loose? All the joints in the body very, very loose. And yet the body's held in structure. Just shaking the muscles off the bones. I'm going to shake the wrists as if there's water on the wrists. I'm going to rotate the leg. If you need to balance on a wall, you can just put your hand on the wall. I stabilize on one leg and I just roll the foot and the knee. One direction and then the other. This is good to loosen up the hip, loosen up the knee and loosen up the ankle. And the other side, remember, just hold the wall if you want some stability, lightly, but otherwise ground, relax your body down to ground. And a few rotations in each direction. For the hips, with the feet planted, just folding over, keeping the knees lightly bent. As you drop the body, relax the back of the legs, you'll feel the weight of the body picking up a stretch in the back of the legs. Just go down to a place where you're comfortable. And here we'll just roll the shoulders. Also try and let the weight of the head drop. Ease out all that tension in the shoulders. Turning the hips from side to side, just let the arms swing like an elephant. Just like an elephant's trunk. And to come up out of this one, bend the knees. Push the feet into the ground, keep the head hung over. When the fingers are at the top of the knees, roll the back up as if it's rolling up against a wall. Middle of the back, between the shoulders, back of the neck, the back of the head, and you're upright, standing. Another loosening exercise in the basic bow stance with the back foot about 30 degrees, the front foot forwards, shoulder width. I'm just going to rock back and forth between the feet. All my weight's in the front foot, then all the weight in the back foot. And I'm just letting the arms swing. Just for loosening. Try not to throw the knee forward, try not to lean forward. Just feel yourself grounding and connecting to each foot as you move. And then the other side, the front foot facing straight ahead, the back foot out to an angle, shoulder width between the feet. And each time I'm trying to feel my body weight pressing into the whole sole of the foot. Trying to feel stable as I come onto the foot, stable in the back foot. And letting the arms swing. And then I'm going to do the same exercise. I'll turn the foot out to the angle and I'm walking with this one. So my right foot stays planted. There's a point where all my balance is on the right. The left foot swings through, the heel touches, and I go onto the front foot. toe touches when I step back, and I go onto the back foot. All the weight back to the right foot, step into the left foot, step to the right, step to the left. And on the other side, foot starts out at an angle to 30 degrees, say facing half past about 11 o'clock. Step forwards, sit back. Step first, then put your weight. Step, then put your weight. And the arms are just following the movement of the body. Just to loosen up. Another nice way of loosening up is to take the loose fists. We're just going to massage the two muscles on the lower back, either side of the spine, two bands of muscle. Just going to work our knuckles into those areas. As I'm doing this, I'm not just doing it and not thinking about anything. I'm feeling in. I'm softening all the muscles around my lower back at the same time. I'm settling my weight onto the ground. Then the abdomen. With the palms, and then again a loose fist. I'm just going to hold my elbow here. I'm going to work along the shoulder. It's amazing how much tension we hold in our shoulders. And the same on the other side. You can do these exercises for as long or short as you want. You can miss any of them out. This is just an idea of a few that I'm going through quickly to give you an idea of some of the loosening exercises we do in Tai Chi as a warm-up. With the body upright, centrally stable, I'm just rotating the elbow in a big circle. Loose fist, creating as much range of movement, just exploring a bigger circle as I can move in. One direction and the other. And then the other side with the right foot forward, working on the left shoulder. Half a dozen times in each direction. Just exploring the range of movement you've got in the arm by circling the shoulder and circling the elbow. And that's a simple loosening. You should feel a bit more limber after exercising like that. And then normally I'd like to do 4 or 5 different loosening exercises, then move into a stretching phase of my warm-up. And stretching, I take a wide stance, a horse stance, and I'm just going to move my weight from one foot to the other without stopping. To the right, feel grounded, feel connected here, and then pass the weight across. Feel it pouring in and feel stable. The thing I've got to be careful of with this one, if you look, that the knee, I'll put the knee facing the camera, the knee goes in exactly the same direction as the toe. There's no lateral movement in the knee. So when you do this exercise, don't let the knee collapse here. Let the knee go straight in the direction of the foot. When you move across, the knee goes straight towards the toes. And try and get as much weight as you can. The knee no further forward than the toes, edge of the toes, and then you can start to get a stretch underneath the thigh. As you drop a little bit, you can start to get a stretch underneath. Here, it opens out the joints, opens out the hip joints. Maybe half a dozen times on each side. It's good for the legs. Next stretch we do, with the foot out to the corner again, is leaning here. This is one you may have seen at the gym. We're trying to get a good stretch in the back of the leg. So pick up the toes until you feel that stretch biting on the back of the leg. Soften into the hips and just into a position where it feels comfortable, where you can work with it. Again, make sure the knee doesn't collapse inwards from the toe. The knee stays in the direction of the toes, and I'm 100% weight on my back foot. You can hold the toe if you want. And the other side, foot to the corner, 30 degrees, heel lightly on the ground, and then sinking onto the stable leg, back leg. There's no weight in the front leg. Leaning forward. If you can touch the toe, great. Otherwise, just lift the toe, looking for the stretch in the back of the leg. Anytime you want, you can shake out the feet, rotate the knee, circle the knee, go back to the loosening ones after doing a stretch. We'll do a stretch for the upper body. So this one is a breathing out, letting the head drop, tucking the tail, pulling up the pelvic bone. So if you look at my back, it's arched when I do this. It's quite curved. When I breathe out, when I breathe in, I'm opening up, my back is arched backwards. Drop the elbows behind the body. Stretch through the chest. Wait for the out breath. Follow the movement to the end of your out breath. And then keep going with the breath. Feel the breath come into the chest. Follow it with a movement, opening up. At the top of the in-breath, just lightly drop the arms behind you. Lightly drop the head. Feel the line all down the chest to the pubic bone stretching open and wide. Breathe out. Feel the shape of the body change. Follow it with the movement. Drop the shoulders, drop the weight of the arms. Tuck the tail, open the lower back to the bottom of the out breath. Really nice stretch for the spine. And again, half a dozen of these is enough to create some opening movement into each vertebra. Really good if you're stuck on the computer or stuck on a Zoom exercise, Zoom meeting to afterwards. Get some air into the lungs. Change the shape of the body. Half a dozen of those normally enough. Stretch for the side of the body with the fingers pointing upwards so you can feel like an elastic band. You've just taken the stretch here. I'm going to move my weight to the left foot. I'm going to turn my hand palm down and I'm going to push my fingers out to the side. Notice my hand is directly above the head. It's not in front or behind. It's directly above and I'm pushing outwards to the side. What I'm trying to do is between the elbow and the hip bone, soften into this whole area. Let the weight of the arm drop and let the gravity pull open this area. Of course, if I hold this area, it's not going to pull open. So I have to soften into these intercostal muscles and just let the weight of the arm do the work. And then to come up, bring the arm up. As the arm drops, it cantilevers the body upright. As the arm drops, the other arm comes up. First stretch, because that opens up all the vertebrae to start with. Just adjust the belt. Everything's open. The hand above the head. The hand goes to the side, pointing to the side. My weight's now on my right leg. I'm dropping the weight of the arm as I soften all through the ribs, between the elbow and the hip joint. And then first the arm, still leaning over. As the arm drops, it counter levers the body upright. One arm drops, the other lifts. First the stretch, always the stretch first, then the movement, then the release, weight on the left leg, then the release of the weight of the arm to pull open the side of the body. You don't need to hold it for long. Keep it alive and fluid and changing. Feeling into it and playing with the opening you can get through the ribs. Arm first. Arm drops, body counterlevers. We'll do one more on the other side. The weight goes over to the leg, the arm lifts, stretches up, the fingers, palm downwards, out to the side above the head. Pushing the fingers out, a nice big arc, relaxing the weight of the arm, working into the side of the body. And coming up, first the arm, and then the body. Stretch for the thigh, and again you can do this holding onto a wall if you want. You first pick up the toes behind you if you can. And what I'm trying to do here is to drop the knee. So if I do it closer to the screen, you'll see that when I pick up my leg here, when at this point the knee's facing outwards, what I want to do is drop it vertically. So in this position, I want to soften my hip joint and let the knee drop. And then pull on the toes to stretch the thigh muscles. Just for a couple of seconds. Children, it's a hard one to do because if you're not used to being on one leg, it can be difficult. So use the wall. Get your stability first. We're trying to soften into the hip joint to let the weight of the leg hang. The knee drops. You just pull on the toes to get a little bit more of a stretch. That's a good workout for the legs. We've stretched under the thigh, we've stretched the top of the thigh, we've stretched the side of the bodies, we've stretched the spine. So let's do a couple more that we like to do in Tai Chi. And this is the archer. So with the fingers in this position, can you see there's 90 degrees between the hand, and the hand is vertical. So the finger is pointing upwards. So when I stand with the feet parallel, cross the hands at the height of the throat, nice big circle, turn to the side, put the hand into position, push the center of the palm to the wall, and at the same time the elbow in the opposite direction, like you're drawing a bow. But don't let the finger drop this way. Keep the finger vertical, because that will give you the stretch through under the arm that we're looking for. The head tops up. So you've got a stretch through the chest, a stretch through the body this way, because you're plucking up the spine, dropping the tail. As you breathe out, let the shoulders drop. And you'll feel the pull under the arm. Looking through the index finger to the distance. Breathe in. Other side, breathe out. First, I put the hand in position, as if the fingers are on the string of a bow. Then I push the hand out. I don't want it to go to its full length, because if it does, the finger will drop. I want to keep the finger as vertical as possible. Just goes to about there. I don't want to open up the chest this way and pull the elbows behind me. I just want to pull straight. Relax into the feet, pluck up the crown. It's an odd sensation you get through the underneath the arm into the chest. So go gently with this one. It's quite strong. Have to drop the shoulders. Breathe out. Breathe in. Place the hand in position. Push the palm away. Draw back with the fist, the elbow one direction, the palm in the other direction, dropping the shoulders. And finger and thumb at 90 degrees. Good. So that's a nice stretch for the under the arms. We'll do one more stretch for the spine, which is feet standing in parallel position. The hands in front of the body. I'm going to first turn my hips. My body turns with it. Then when the hips get to a place they can't turn anymore comfortably, then I'm going to turn the shoulders. And when the shoulders get to a place they can't turn anymore, then I'm going to turn the head. Before we do this one, go really, really gently with it, because we're turning our spine like we twist a towel. When you twist a towel, it stops moving and the bit above keeps turning. So go really gently with your body. When you turn your hips, hands turn over first. They start facing you. They turn over. When you turn your hips, make sure you're nice and stable. The hips are level and you haven't gone too far and put yourself out of alignment. Then turn the upper body. Doesn't matter how far you get. Then turn the head. And when you breathe out, come back. Take a couple of breaths. On the out breath, turn the hips. Hands turn over. Turn the shoulders to move the arms. Turn the head. Continue to breathe out as you move back. All done on one out breath. Out breath, turn the hips. Out breath, turn the shoulders. Out breath, turn the head. And come back. One more time. Turn the hips. Turn the shoulders. Turn the head. And come back. Do one more stretching exercise for the whole body. And I learned this one from Tai Chi friend Ronnie Robinson, God bless his soul. So with the body upright, coming onto the front foot, lean forwards, the thumbs interlock and the hands drop forwards. Weight is in the front foot. Come up, drop the hands, bring the hands up, the weight onto the back leg, drop the hands behind you to the corners, stretching open all the weight on the back foot, coming forwards, onto the front foot, drop the hands, folding the hips, letting the upper body drop forwards, all the weight on the front leg, let the hands come up and let them fall forwards. When you get the pattern of this exercise, try and keep the movement smooth and continuous. And this one, let the arms fall behind so you work with softening the chest. I'm relaxing. coming forwards, changing sides, starting coming onto the front foot, folding the hips, the arms come up and fall forwards. Body comes up, the arms drop. The arms come up. I'm halfway to the back foot. Now I'm moving on to the back foot. The arms fall behind to the corners, opening the chest, breathing out, coming forwards. Onto the front foot, breathing out. Breathing in, coming up. Onto the back foot. One more. And that concludes a stretching, a series of 6, 7 or 8 stretching exercises, which you can do all of, or just do the stretching by themselves, or just choose the 1 or 2 you feel like doing on the day. On a normal routine, I just do 1 or 2 of those exercises. Before I do my Tai Chi, we're going to move into a grounding set of exercises. And again, you may choose a couple of loosening and a grounding, or a few stretching and a grounding. And you can, when you know these exercises, I'd recommend not even looking at the video, but just going through them yourselves. The grounding exercise. I'm going to work a little bit more quietly. First, place the whole foot on the ground. Ball of the foot, the outside edge and the heel. So you make like a little triangle with each foot. The ball, the outside edge and the heel on both feet, like a little tripod. The legs are like a bow, a bent piece of wood that just sits on the feet, the knees in the direction of the toes, the hips soft, and I'm lifting up my sternum. The sternum's this bit just where the ribs finish. I'm lifting up. So if you put your finger on your sternum and your abdomen, you should be able to increase that length by lifting your spine upwards. See that natural collapse? We want to counteract that just by lifting the body upwards. Even that makes you feel great. You're an inch taller. Your legs are carrying you much more. And then we lift the back of the neck, rotating the head, dropping the chin to pull up the spine. But listen to the tightness in the body to make us lift. So now we want to soften off, but not collapse. Stay in that structure and relax. Let your body weight press into your legs. Let your legs receive your body weight. Change the muscles in your legs so they soften and they receive your body weight. That's the Tai Chi standing structure. We fold the hips, fold the knees. That takes the hands down. But if you look at my spine, when I do this, it stays fairly straight. What I don't want to do is drop into that collapsed position. I want to keep my spine straight, and it's just a fold in the hips. And I push with the feet to scoop the fingertips up. Top of the in-breath is the top of the stretch. You can't see my fingers on the screen. I'll stand right back so you can. And then release, straight down. Bottom of the out-breath. The thumbs just touch the thigh. I've got to be careful here that when I drop my arms and I relax, I don't go back into this position. I want to maintain my upright quality, but just relax into myself and onto the feet. Back to my standing position. Fold. Notice my knees don't collapse. So the knees in this position here, the knees don't come in. They stay in the direction of the toes. Scoop up. I'm pushing up with the feet all the way to the top, breathing in, top of the in-breath here. Release. out breath. Bottom of the out breath is the bottom of the release, is when the thumbs touch the thighs. Now I'm going to turn. All my weight's going to my left foot, my hips stay level, I'm upright, and I fold. I turn back to 50-50 weight to the front. Same again. Stretch, release. Fold. Stretch, release. Out breath. This time I'm going to turn the opposite direction. The hips turn, body's upright, fold. Turn back to the front, breathe in. Stretch. What I'm looking for, I'm not just looking to go through these movements, I'm looking to ground myself. So how do we ground? The body has to relax. The weight of gravity has to press me onto the ground, just like a series of tiles. First the bottom one, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one. The whole body comes down on top of itself and pushes me into a relaxed, upright position. Calm, settled, and grounded. Okay, so there are things to get right in the exercise: when you breathe in, when you breathe out, where you turn, how you turn. But the main thing, let go of the tension and let gravity press me onto the ground. Fold. Breathe in. Listen to the sensations of the body relaxing, softening, and settling. Face muscles soften, the cheeks soften, the brow softens, the throat softens, the chest softens, the body relaxes. Smaller circle, the same movement but a smaller circle. I push up, the wrists at the height of the throat, one fist apart. Breathe out, sink. I'll do it sideways so you can see I'm upright and I remain upright throughout. Breathe in, the legs come up. Breathe out, the legs bend and sink. Breathe in. Top of the in-breath, top of the wrists, breathe out. Bottom of the out-breath, thumb just touches the crease of the side of the trousers. Main aim, go with the breathing and settle. Simply time for you to be here, finding the rhythm of your breath, rhythm of your released body just settling onto the ground. Earthing, just like when you plug an electric appliance back into the earth, all the charge disappears. We settle into something very simple and very natural. And that would be a 20-25 minute exercise routine that I might do. What I normally do is after that is to include some of the Tai Chi principles, which I haven't really gone into in this simple exercise. And that will be part 2. So if you enjoyed those exercises as a warm-up routine, pick any one of them that you like, chop and change, add them together like a jigsaw puzzle, make them last however long you've got, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then the next set will be to work with the principles of being upright, soft flowing, changing movements, being grounded, how to change the body on the inside, to really find the Tai Chi structure and the Tai Chi principles that we're looking for in the form. make you feel very grounded, make you feel very flowing, make you feel very relaxed inside and calm, which is the whole benefit from the art. So I hope you've enjoyed those. If you do, tune into the second one. Thanks very much.